I think about three things often. I think about the fact that in the months leading up to October 7th, there were these protests in Israel that were ripping the country apart. I think about the fact that the attack happened on a Shabbos. It wasn't only a Shabbos on the Sabbath, it happened to be in Israel Simchas Torah. Simchas Torah is when we start reading the Torah again after the yearly cycle, and in that reading we read about how the world is created and we read about Shabbos. And I think about the fact that on American college campuses there are Jewish kids that are talking about how we stole the land from the Arabs. And these three things disturb me because the protests are a sign of disunity, great disunity. And it's ironic, I've seen reports that Hamas actually brought the attack earlier, because they saw these protests happening and they saw that the country was going through some sort of internal turmoil, and they chose to use that time to attack Israel because they knew that we were divided and we were weak. The fact that it was Shabbos, and did they know that it was Shabbos? Did the victims know that it was Shabbos? Did the perpetrators know that it was Shabbos? The reports that I've seen said that they didn't actually realize that the Nova festival was actually happening at the time. It was almost, so to speak, for them like a bonus, so to speak. And would we have been dancing if we knew that we didn't steal the land? Would we have been dancing? And I say we because there was a time where I would have been dancing at the Nova Festival. So I'm not pointing fingers. What I'm saying is, were we dancing because did we actually know that it was Shabbos? Did we know that it was Simchas Torah? Did we know what it actually meant? So what we've seen over here is that there's a hate unlike any other hate, but the solution is unlike any other solution. I think Jews have tried everything except, like we say in the film, except to realize what it means to be a Jew. I remember speaking to someone in my family many years ago, and this person said to me, I was born a Jew and I'll die a Jew. And so that's great. Like he was a very, very proud Jew. And that's great. But he was a young guy and he was saying, like, I've got things to do. I was born a Jew and I'll die a Jew. And I was thinking, but what about living like a Jew? That's what's expected, to live like a Jew. You see, the fact that we were born a Jew and the fact that we're going to die a Jew, that really didn't really have anything to do with us. We didn't have a choice in that. The only thing that we have a choice in is, are we going to live like a Jew? And that's what I think this film is about, and that's what the clarion call of this film is all about. And it took us 20 years to be able to say this. In our very first film, as I alluded to earlier, it was a film about politics. And all the other films that we've made subsequent to that have been about politics. But politics is downstream of one important thing. Politics is downstream of whether a Jew lit candles on Friday night, or made a bracha, or learned a little bit of Torah for 2 minutes. Because the secret is that if we're doing all the things that we're supposed to be doing as Jews, then we don't have to go through the stuff that we've been going through for the last 14 months. That's almost the guarantee. In other words, anti-Semitism is only used as a stick to wake the Jewish people up. Many of us are parents. We say to our kids, we can either do things the nice way or the not nice way. So the last 14 months, we were going through the not nice way. And I think that what we've all seen collectively, once we look past the terrible trauma that we've all been through these past 14 months, I think what we've seen is the Jewish people are becoming more united. This disunity is being replaced by unity. The disconnection from Torah, I think we can all see, is we started to be more connected to one another and to the Torah. And this understanding of where we come from and the Jewish role in the world, I think that's also changed. So I think that means that we've got something to look forward to. We've got something to be hopeful for. And once we do what we're supposed to do, all of our enemies will just disappear. Just like Syria, just fell. Just like the Egyptians and the Greeks and the Romans and the Hittites and the Hivites, they all just disappeared quietly, like the Berlin Wall just fell. That's what's going to happen. When we do what we're supposed to do, and also with the help of our friends, of our Christian friends and our non-Jewish friends, it helps so much your support. And so that is what it's going to take. So thank you very much.